interviews today. I'm just going to read you some quotes if you don't mind, and then I suppose dissect those. George met with 258 yesterday. His team said they're going to wait for Saudi. They're going to fight in August, but they don't want to fight Tyson. AJ has done an interview a month or so ago where he said he's in it for the money. And for them, it seems the money is in Saudi. They're waiting for that. They're waiting for that fight over there. Tyson has made it clear he wants to fight the best and he wants to fight in the UK. Why can't he fight Tyson in September and then fight in Saudi afterwards? If he takes the fight against Wilder and Wilder knocks him out, the Fury fight is dead.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, firstly, nothing's changed from the interviews that we gave you in Manchester. There's been various conversations. As I've said, we're not deviating from our plan. Our plan is to fight August the 12th and then December. We've been negotiating and planning that for a long time. Obviously, the December fight is a huge fight. It's incredibly lucrative for AJ. It's one of the biggest fights in boxing. We don't feel comfortable, Anthony doesn't feel comfortable in changing those two fight plans, scrapping them in the hope of making a Tyson Fury fight. We're very far down the line on those plans. As I said last week, if those plans do not materialise, we have absolutely no problem going into a Tyson Fury fight in September. When Frank Warren says, why don't you just fight Tyson Fury in September and then Deontay Wilder in December? Come on, let's be honest. When have you ever turned around a fight like that in 3 months?
Exactly. And in my reaction video to Frank Warren's comments, this is key here, yeah? And this implies to me even more that it was a big scam by Team Fury. Why? You know, it's almost like they had the narrative preset. Oh, why don't you fight in September and then fight in December? Frank's been in this business for God knows how many decades, yeah? He knows that's never going to happen. So let's do the maths here. Why, if Tyson and Fury want this fight, why would they give a date they know AJ never going to go for? They know that. They know AJ want to fight August. They know no one going to turn it around from September to December. So you come with it, you know what I mean? They could have jumped in, listen, we want to fight AJ so bad. We'll take the date, August 12th. Yeah? If Fury really wants to make the big fights happen and whatever else, and it's not like August 12th is close. August 12th is 11 weeks away. Yeah? And bear in mind, Fury could have been in camp for 2 weeks already. He's been waffling about fighting for 2 weeks. So there's literally nowhere to go here. There's plenty of time. Fury wanted to build an excuse. Same as Zhang. Oh, he got a rematch clause. You knew that. You know what I'm saying? They knew. In fact, Frank Warren promotes and manages essentially Joe Joyce. So don't come out saying you want Zhang, knowing Joe Joyce has a rematch clause and is highly likely to activate it. It don't make no sense. Don't make no sense at all. Anyway.
AJ's turned down the fight again from Tyson Fury. Come on, everyone's wiser than that now. Like, you've only got to look at the comments on social media. Last week he was fighting 4 different people. Tyson Fury's really in no man's land. And the reason he's in no man's land is because he wants massive money for a big fight. And if he's not fighting AJ...
I don't agree with that. Tyson Fury doesn't want massive money for a big fight. Yeah? He's been offered massive money for a big fight in December. Usyk signed the contract, facts. He's been offered big money for a big fight in March. 70-30. He want big money for a bum fight. That's where Eddie Hearn went wrong here. When was the last time Fury had a big fight? What was it? 2 years ago. It was Wilder for the 5th time. Come on.
And he's not fighting Usyk, which he's not at the moment. Who's he going to fight? And he's not going to fight for the money that, you know, this is the problem when we talk about Andy Ruiz. And all these guys want a lot of money. So Queensbury and everyone's under a lot of pressure right now.
Again, a Fury narrative. It's a Fury narrative that Andy Ruiz wants a load of money. You know what I'm saying?
Fury hasn't fought since December, and that was Derek Chisora. We're now in June. So he ain't going to fight in July, and he ain't going to fight in August. So he's going to fight in September. And now if you talk about fighting in September, if he's in any kind of fight, he ain't going to fight Deontay Wilder in December. Sorry, Alexander Usyk, which is Saudi's plans. So,
this is what I'm saying, people. In my last video, I said, Fury's setting up a structural duck here, yeah? Oh, I want to get out. I can't wait. I need to get out. It's been 8-9 months. He fights September. Oh, bear in mind, Fury's known about the December Saudi thing for the last 6 months. Yeah? This is all put in place perfectly. Frank Warren's already saying, yeah, well, we need to get him out. What do you mean you need to get him out? Really? If you've been out of the ring since December, September, or fighting in December again, who cares? It's not like, listen, if Fury was like Canelo, yeah, Canelo went for a period of fighting. Well, Canelo's been fighting every 6 months for a decade probably, but he went for a period of fighting every 4 months. 3 fights a year. Yeah? If Fury was doing that, well, this guy had been sitting around. He sat around for a year after Wilder 3. He's sat around for a year now, and now you want me to believe that, I need to get out? Come on. Listen, he does need to get out. He needs to get out of the Usyk fight. That's what this boils down to. And I'm actually surprised, again. I think, even to this day, I still think Fury wins that fight. He don't believe it. He don't.
We're going to move forward, as we've been told, on the basis that even if Tyson Fury doesn't want to fight Alexander Usyk, AJ still fights Deontay Wilder. So from our point of view, I wouldn't listen too much from the PR angle. Nothing has changed from the interviews last week. We have a plan, of which we've had for some time now, to fight August the 12th. Team
Fury knew that, yeah? That's why Team Fury came out of the woodwork. Fury's not been doing anything for the last 3 months. Fury could have mentioned at any point, after April the 2nd or whenever it was, AJ versus Muffin Top, yeah? When AJ fought Jermaine Muffin Top Franklin, Fury could have been out there, AJ, I want you next. He quiet. Yeah, he say nothing. Whole of August go by. Whole of May go by. Oh yeah, now I've heard about your August plans, let's fight in September. Wait there, now I've heard of your August plans, let's fight in September. What?
And December. That's it. That's what we're doing. And until that changes, or until we get told that can't happen, then, and if we do, we definitely consider a Tyson Fury fight. We're just not down in tools and all our plans on the hope of this guy who all of a sudden mentioned AJ's name at the end of last week for the first time in ages and said, come on, make that fight. And we're like, well, okay, fair enough. So, I don't want to say to people, oh, he's a joke and we don't believe a word he says and all, because...
What? Wait a minute. The man came out a week ago and started talking about, I'm fighting this cruiserweight, I'm fighting this Aussie bum. He a joke. But I get it. Eddie Hearns right now is trying to protect the bag, which is unfortunate, man. I guess in a way, though, you can say, well, it's his fiduciary duty to kind of protect AJ's interest. But at some point, just tell the truth, man. He a cornball. Yeah? And if Tyson Fury is too fragile to hear that it's corny, and that means, I'm never fighting AJ because he called me a cornball, so be it. It's not like it's not Eddie Hearn hurting for money, but it's the age we live in. Yeah? If you got money, if there's money involved, people stay doing that the most, which is a shame, really. I'd like to hear Eddie tell the truth. Oh, we're not going to say it's a joke because he might pay us some money later on. Corny.
Because we have to look at those fights, but we have a plan, and that plan remains the same.
There are a few more in there. I suppose I didn't just want to hit you with paragraph after paragraph all in one. But I suppose maybe some of this you would have gone over, but I'll reiterate them anyway. The one thing that is nice is he said we've tried to negotiate this discreetly and spoke quite highly about George's relationship with Matchroom, which I suppose yourself and Frank can also vouch for the same. Everyone was saying 2 years ago how bad it was that Fury AJ might happen in Saudi. With this offer, it can happen in the UK. I spoke to Fury and he's told me Joshua doesn't want to fight him. That's not my opinion. That's what Tyson has said. At the moment, he's being proven right. We've moved heaven and earth to try and make these fights happen. We're the ones that have been proactive in making the fights over the line. We're trying to make the fights happen. This is a message to AJ. Please reconsider. Let's do this fight for the boxing fans. I would really love to see it. The terms aren't a problem as we have agreed them. Your team have said no, but I don't give up on things. I'm hoping we can get it over the line. We all want to happen. We all want it to happen in the UK.
Yeah, but they don't want it to happen in the UK. I mean, they want it to happen in the UK because you can't do a fight in the Middle East in September. People have just got a lot. I think people have got to be a little bit more honest. This whole thing about we're doing this because we want to make it happen in the UK. No, you asked for 120 million or whatever it was from Saudi. They said no. Then you went back and said, oh, actually, we'll take whatever it was. And now, this isn't a pop at Frank, by the way. This is Tyson. And now you're left with, you're holding your that. And the other saying, what is it? Pissing in the wind. Saying, well, you got no choice but to go in the UK in September. Do you honestly think that if there was 3 times the money to do this fight in the Middle East, there would even be a conversation? I'm just keeping it real. The reality is, when he says the money's there, it's not. It's a split of revenue. At the moment, to give you an example, Tyson, AJ would probably make half the money to make the Tyson Fury fight over the Deontay Wilder fight. So, and it is, but it's not just about the money. That's what we've had the conversations with. That's what he has confirmed to Saudi. He's ready to accept that fight. So we're exploring that. And it is great that, I mean, myself and George had an agreement that we wouldn't talk about this. And Tyson Fury came out and posted it. So it kind of fucked the whole thing. So I'm not saying people don't want the fight to happen in the UK, but the reason this fight is being discussed for the UK is because it's in September and Saudi are planning for a December fight. And that December fight is with Anthony Joshua.
Anyway, I've said that all needs to be said here. Yeah, Fury's trying to duck. This isn't even about AJ, man. Fury's just waffling, and how this will play out is Fury will fight in September against a bum, and that will put him off. I wanted to fight Usyk, but they. In fact, that's probably what's coming next. Yeah. In fact, I've had an inkling of this because Frank Warren said, "Oh, yeah, we were talking with the Saudis, but we haven't heard from them. We haven't heard back from them for a while. We haven't heard back from them for a month." Yeah. So Fury will go out in September, and then he'll say, "Oh, Usyk ducked me. They knew I was fighting in September. We haven't heard from them," and that's what's coming, 100%. "Oh, yeah, I've just fought in September. Now you want to fight in December?" He can act like he didn't know anything about. "Oh, they didn't get back to us," and 100% coming. Anyway, let me know your thoughts. Smash the like button, subscribe, and like off the bell, 100%.